Well, first, I have the best job at Exxon Mobil. I always tell everyone. For our role, I'm a global organizational effectiveness consultant. And what that means is we really work with the organizations, the business, not only the presidents and VPs, but throughout the organization to really help them be more effective in achieving the strategy, achieving the results, engaging the organization. We work in strategy, leadership effectiveness, organ process, team dynamics, work environment, in a variety of different ways. Well, with so many of the tools, I almost feel as if though they're a surface level tool. For core strengths, it really gets down to the internal core of what drives and motivates people, and that's really the complexity that I think that's hidden whenever we're trying to solve these big business challenges and even work some of the simple things. It's the relationship, the ineffectiveness of some of the relationships that are not going to be solved at the surface level. We've really got to get down and understand the core of who people are and what's holding them back in terms of us aligning on where we need to go. Yeah, so I'll give our global OE team a really great example. I mean, we live and breathe the language of core strengths, and we're a virtual team. There's 6 or 7 of us around the world. We've leveraged it in the sense I have a red motivated value, and my first stage of conflict, or the way I enter conflict, happens to be red, asserting. And so for most, they have no idea that I've gone into my first stage of conflict. For our team, we've leveraged it in that I can send an email to our team as we're debating a big idea or direction to go and say, hey guys, this is coming across in my first stage of conflict, not my motivated value. And what it does is it helps them almost sit up and listen to what I'm saying, not take it personally. They have a sense of there's something really important that's going on that might really threaten the value that I have in what we're trying to do. And it just creates an easier way to say that without having to slow down and craft an email in a way to be very careful and tiptoe around something. So at Exxon Mobil, we leverage our business line HR partners to be certified, accredited in core strengths, and then facilitate and deliver to the organization. If you think about the background of these facilitators, we have folks, and we have well over 100 facilitators globally around the world. And we have folks that are 6 months with the company, all the way to many years, 20-something years experience. These are not folks that are experts in standing up and delivering training. They're not part of our learning organization. The resources that are available in terms of online resources and sample videos and the different ways of answering questions from them, to the resources that are there just in time for them to pick up the phone and call or send an email are absolutely phenomenal, and enable them, even as a person who's 6 months with the company, to pick this up, go off and lead and facilitate a workshop. I mean, for me, the excitement is seeing those facilitators come back from their first sessions feeling like a rock star. They get fantastic feedback, the tool sells itself, and they're ready to go off and continue to facilitate, others. I often use some of those early career folks to really give confidence to some of the new folks that are coming through, because it is, hey, if this person who's just drinking the Kool-Aid, getting to know their customers and their clients, can grab this tool, if anything, it builds confidence, and they feel like they have more credibility when they're connecting with their business partners. It is amazing. I mean, the one comment that I hear from folks is, I cannot believe I spent 15 minutes completing this assessment, and it revealed so much, not only about me, but insights that I can have about others, whether it's inside of ExxonMobil or out. So I think that the more it spreads and everyone has that common language, it absolutely is a competitive advantage, in the sense that, our goal is to be faster, more agile, more innovative, be more effective in us, getting those ideas to market. It will absolutely enable that, as we are much more effective working together, and even more important, pulling more ideas out of folks without having the fear of conflict. And when there is conflict, have a much quicker way to resolve that than we had before. And I incorporate this into almost all of my workshops, as well as the folks that I accredit in this tool, is that, my poor husband gets to play around with everything that I'm certified in. We live the language of core strengths. I happen to have a red motivated value. He's blue-green. We're quite different. So we absolutely leverage, this. There are things that he does today that would have just simply drove me straight to conflict, and I'm now able to see those actions through a lens of his motivated value and have a whole different way of reacting to it. I mean, our kids, we know where they sit on the triangle, and so my son will do something. I mean, this actually was probably about 3 or 4 months ago. He took some action, and my husband was just livid. And as he came and talked to me and said, I just can't believe, I said, I'm wondering if you're really looking through the lens of what his motivation was. You might be assuming, so this is what I'm thinking. As a red-blue motivated value, he's really focused on this, this, and this. And you could almost see my husband's shoulders just sort of come down and nod. Okay, you're right. I need to go back and ask him more questions. I mean, and I think that if we all, whether we're at work, whether we're at home with our families, whether we're coaching our soccer teams, took that sense of being. And again, the accountability comes in that we're not always skillfully able to leverage that skill and ability, especially when we've moved into conflict. If someone else can help you that has that common language around you, the more effective we're going to be, period.